maybe you can relate to me, but for the longest time, back in 2017, I believed, okay, that in order to start my first own business, I wanted to start Amazon FBA back then, I first have to know everything out there that is to know about this business model, right? And I thought, okay, I'm not smart enough right now to start this business model. And the same with YouTube. I dreamed about or thought about starting a YouTube channel since I'm, I think, 16 or 17, but I always thought, okay, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough, I have not enough knowledge to start a YouTube channel. And the problem was, this cost me years of my life with YouTube, right? And this cost me also probably lots of money with the business because I just didn't start it, because I had the thoughts, okay, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough. In general, there's something lacking. Maybe you had the same thoughts, maybe you can relate to this. Hey guys, my name is Dennis and I'm building my business in sales right now because I want to live free and travel the world. Right now we are in Medellin, Colombia, and yes, here on YouTube I want to document my whole journey towards success, the ups, the downs, and the in-betweens, of course, and also the learnings that I make on this journey, and they will be shared here on this YouTube channel. So if this is interesting, you can consider subscribing, and now let's start talking and continue with the video. Alright, so this means the thoughts, okay, I'm not good enough or I have to be perfect in order to start, can be very expensive, right, and very time consuming. And first of all, there are, I think, one thing that we have to consider, and this is that there are two types of actions, right? So there's first the taking action part, and there's this second action is preparing for action. So those are my own definitions, right? So taking action is basically everything like the action steps that bring you a little bit closer to your goal. Preparing for action is everything that helps you to take better action and make, for example, bigger steps, bigger leaps. The thing is, only taking action is what bringing you closer to your goal, and what is and should be preferred, right, and should be prioritized, because you can prepare for taking action so much as you want, or as much as you want. You can prepare yourself for 10 years. You will be still at the same spot. And this, by definitions of those two taking action types, tells us that waiting until we are perfect is a stupid idea, right? Because what is waiting until you're perfect? It is preparing for taking action. You're preparing, you're improving your skills, you're trying to learn everything about the topic, like I wanted to do with Amazon FBA back then, until trying to order my first product and taking the action, trying to know everything about how to talk to suppliers, how to negotiate with suppliers. All of those things is just preparing for taking action and wasn't bringing me closer to my goal. So the second thing I want to share here is that if you want to wait until you are perfect, this is the ego problem. Why is that? Because what does it communicate? Okay, you wanna be perfect before you start. This just communicates you're afraid of setbacks. You're afraid to fail. You're afraid that you try and it doesn't work out. What the ego wants is that you basically stay where you are, because where you are is safe, so you can survive, and it doesn't want you to improve, because improving and outside of your comfort zone is risky, dangerous, and yeah, this is not what the ego wants. One thing that how the ego does this is through fear, right? Because fear and anxiety always paralyzes, and paralyzing, by definition, we do not take action, usually when we are paralyzed. So the next thing is that there's not a single perfect human being on the planet. At least I haven't met one. I am not perfect, you're probably not perfect. So the only thing that we can do is to live in acceptance for that. As an example, for example, with the YouTube channel that I wanted to start since I was pretty young, I had several options, right? Because I can just say, okay, I'm not good enough. But if I still want to start a YouTube channel, what can I do? Two things, right? I can first try to be perceived as flawless, like I think many YouTubers or many people on social media do, like, okay, I'm awesome, I'm rich, I'm jacked, I have no fear, right? I'm an alpha male. Or I can try to be real, and I can say, okay, I have flaws, try to improve those flaws every day a little bit, and then share like my learnings, share my journey, right? With this premise, okay, that I'm not a perfect human being, and then the YouTube channel will not be perfect, my camera presence will not be perfect, my speaking will not be perfect, whatever it might be. I had like two more conclusions for myself. So either first, when people watch my content, first, maybe it is a person that needs to hear that learning from me personally, because maybe I'm just a person who's just a little bit further than them, or maybe the same level, and this is very relatable for this person, so this would be an upside for the viewer, right? Or the second option is that the person that watched my channel cannot relate with me, thinks he cannot learn anything, or maybe he really cannot learn anything, but then he probably would not watch this channel anyway and would end the video because of the lack of relevance, right? And which is also totally fine. And the last thing I want to give you here, if you have those thoughts that you're not good enough to start something, is that it's not so important where you are right now, but what is more important is the speed, how fast you are improving. So as a simple example, would you rather be the person that is making 20,000 every month, but the growth, or there's no growth, it's constant? Or would you rather be a person that is making maybe just 1,000, or let's say just only 500 euros every month, but he's increasing his income exponentially? Who would you rather be? I'm pretty sure it will be the second person, if you're smart. And this is because you all know it's not about where you are, it's about how quickly you are improving. And I think it's the same here with these thoughts, okay, that you're not good enough to start something. Then you're just considering, okay, where you are right now, but you're never considering, okay, your speed of improvement. And maybe you should shift your focus back on the speed and not on the point where you are right now. And I'm sure this will help you to overcome those limiting thoughts. Alright, and now I really want to thank you and appreciate that you watched until the end, because this really helps me out with the channel, and it tells me, okay, that you kind of like the content, because the motto here of this channel, or the goal here of this channel that I have, is to build like a community of like-minded people that want to all improve and that have the same motto as I have, which is 10 years of hard work for 50 years of freedom. And this is my goal, and this is like the 10 years that I will at least document here on this YouTube channel. If it's interesting, again, you can subscribe on there, and then we see each other in the next video. Thanks for watching. Let's take some action.